This card is, in our opinion, the most significant baseball card ever made. We have it right here. It is from 1914, one of only 10 in existence, and it pictures Babe Ruth as a 19-year-old member of the Baltimore Orioles of the International League.
Yeah, this guy is holding up a Babe Ruth rookie baseball card. The Sultan of Swat is only a teenager on this thing, even though he kind of looks like he's already 50, and there's good reason this card is a big deal.
This is the first time that Babe Ruth ever appears on any collectible, and it's hugely significant for many, many, many reasons.
So that man we're hearing from is with Robert Edward Auctions, the sports memorabilia auction house that put this thing up for bidding. And over the years, this place has come across some pretty great stuff. In 2008, they sold an authentic Michael Jordan baseball bat. In March, they sold a mint condition Bill Ripken FF Error card. The FF Error being the unfortunate FF nickname written in black marker at the bottom of the bat that was left uncensored before it was blacked out. And in 2021, they even auctioned off an old shoebox collection that contained a rookie card for O.J. Simpson, a promising Buffalo Bills running back who would later go on to do different things with his life. Now, each of these fine gems sold anywhere from a few $1,000s to a couple of bucks. Not bad for a picture of a guy who's mostly famous for holding an obscene bat. But all of that is just a drop in a bucket compared to what people are bidding on our Baby Ruth here.
Yeah, so the auction kicked off last week. We've already secured 12 bids for the card. Bidding opened up at $2.5 million, and now it sits at $6.3 million. By the time the auction ends in just a little less than 2 weeks, we expect that the card will sell for upwards of $10 million or more.
Yeah, $10 million. And the value of this thing has only been increasing since the days that, according to History.com, Mr. Ruth was the American League's 12-time home run leader. He served jail time for being a reckless driver, and his estranged wife died in a mysterious house fire.
If you go back and you look at the sale history of this Baltimore News Babe Ruth, in the 1980s it sold for $18,000, and in the 1990s it sold for $99,000, and in the 2000s we set the record at over $100,000 for the first time. It was one of the very few cards that had ever crossed that six-figure threshold. So there's just been a constant increase in attention for the card, appreciation for the card.
Now, if upwards of $10 million seems like a lot of money, you're right. Though last year, a 1951 Mickey Mantle baseball card set the record for the most valuable piece of sports memorabilia ever to be sold at auction when someone bought it for over 12 million bucks. That kind of money is like hush money money.
Well, we've seen a crazy explosion in sports cards the past few years, and something like that, what might have been shocking 5 years ago, to me today might not be the craziest thing. That was a card that has very little population, only 10 known copies.
This guy manages a sports memorabilia store in New York City, and he notes that the insane price of these cards is being driven by that same kind of persistent feeling of ennui that some people grapple with when, no matter how much blood you've traded with your teenage son, your youth is gone forever.
Yeah, so I think it's a lot that plays on nostalgia. People have come back into the space over the past, let's say 3 years, and it was really kickstarted by COVID. People are going through their attics, finding this old stuff they had, and it brought back a lot of feelings of nostalgia.
I myself dug through this old cigar box for this video, and while I didn't come across any $1 million Babe Ruth cards, I did find this. Decision 92, Special Election Edition, including billionaire Ross Perot. Let's open it up. I cannot wait. Oh. No gum, unfortunately. Okay, I've got the JFK assassination. I don't remember this being an issue in the 1992 election, but I was very young back then. Watergate. Again, I don't think this was an issue in the 1992 election. This is the abortion card. This is pro-choice. Major issue, pro-choice. The national consensus indicates that abortion is the most divisive issue in the 1992 campaign. Well, I'm glad that issue was finally settled. Here's the Ross Perot card. That's definitely a rookie card. This actually might be a rare pack. They gave me 2 John F. Kennedy cards. Again, I don't think he was an issue, let alone a candidate, in 1992. Major issue. Rap music. Major issue. There's Republican National Convention. Wow, look at Houston. Political parties. Okay, political parties have been around since Hamilton and Madison argued over issues during George Washington's administration at the outset of US political history. Can you tell I didn't play sports? Okay, so first, I hope they make some of these for the upcoming election, because I have to tell you, this really does bring back some fun memories. And hey, maybe stuff you wanted when you were a lot younger. Well, maybe not JFK assassination trading cards. Sure can carry a lot of sentimental value, let alone cash value.
Just like that concept, you want to get that car you couldn't afford when you were 18, that red Corvette. Now you can go back and get that Mickey Mantle card, or in this case, Babe Ruth from 1914, something that was a grail piece for a lot of people. Now people with a little extra money in their pocket can start to put that to use and get something they could never afford.
Now, 10 million bucks is certainly a little more than extra pocket money to you and me, but if you're the kind of guy whose desk was a door before becoming a billionaire, perhaps it doesn't take much thought to casually drop some coin on something that's valuable to you, like a 10,000-year clock inside of a mountain, or a giant wooden carving on the front of your super yacht that kind of looks like your girlfriend.
For a lot of people, they look at this as art. Someone from my generation would never put $10 million into a Picasso painting. That means nothing to me. But a Babe Ruth card as a Yankee fan for somebody, that could be in one-of-one collection piece.
The auction for a Babe Ruth card here ends on December 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you don't buy this, you risk missing out on owning a very expensive piece of baseball-related paper.
19 years old. I mean, when I look at this card, I can't help but realize that Babe Ruth is being really exposed to the world for the first time in this picture, and he's completely unaware of not only the world around him, but certainly what he's going to go on to become and how big of a name he will be in sport and in culture.